El bug. El bug que tuvimos nosotros en la Golden Wii, el secundario. Está guapo, tío. Está chulo. El buff flaco, sí.
The Z Ability 3 will buff Ally Tag Regeneration, Episode Majin Buu Saga Z, and tag powerful opponent characters. Buu has impressive defenses and an ultimate arts, but this character's true power will be brought out in a Majin Buu Saga party. First, we need to discuss those impressive defenses. Whenever faced with an enemy, Buu will recover health and reduce the enemy's arts card draw speed. It's important to note that this effect is still triggered when the enemy tag switches. That makes Buu a clear answer to tag characters who want to string together long combos, because simply by tag switching, they will be letting Buu recover health, as well as reducing their own arts card draw speed. Now, whenever Buu is hit by an enemy's strike, blast, or special move arts, the cost of all arts for all enemies will be increased, and, one time only, Buu will also reduce the enemy's ki. For enemies that nullify attribute downgrades, or in other words, those that can ignore the increase to arts costs, Buu will still be able to interfere with their combo by reducing their ki. Moving on, if Buu is on the battlefield when your opponent activates a Rising Rush or Ultimate Arts, then Buu will reduce ally substitution counts, cancel the enemy's buff effects, and reduce their Ultimate Arts power. That means for attacks that pierce endurance, the endurance piercing effect will be cancelled. You'll be able to switch out to an ally with endurance and survive Rising Rush and Ultimate Arts you normally wouldn't. Buu's kit is full of other powerful defensive abilities. Those include destroying one of your opponent's cards when entering the battlefield, a special cover change against blast arts, the ability to reduce the enemy's ki by 70 when Buu's health drops below 50%, and multiple ways to recover health. The Ultimate Arts is another important point that we should cover here. Upon hit, some of the damage will be inflicted on your opponent's standby members. Your opponent's hand will be destroyed, their Dragon Balls will be reduced by 2, and, get this, their Rising Rush will be sealed for 15 timer counts. So, if you can land that Ultimate Arts, you can battle on without having to worry about your opponent's Rising Rush for 15 whole timer counts. Next, though, we should talk about the incredibly powerful effects that activate when you have 3 Majin Buu Saga battle members. First, you'll inflict enemies with 2 substitution counts upon entering the battlefield. That should allow you to land a combo or even a Rising Rush on a particular enemy character. Next, Buu will buff ally damage inflicted and critical rate, meaning the base power of your entire Majin Buu Saga party will get a boost. Increase the base power of your Majin Buu Saga party, then use those inflicted substitution counts to deal some major damage to a specific enemy. We talked about Buu's most important characteristics, like impressive defenses, ultimate arts, and the powerful extra effects that apply to Majin Buu Saga parties, but we still have to introduce the main ability. Activating it will let you draw the powerful ultimate arts that we talked about earlier, but it will also let you pierce enemy endurance effects for 30 timer counts.
¿Cuánto tiempo llevan?
Combine this with substitution counts that you can inflict upon entering the battlefield, and you'll be able to aim for a KO even against enemy characters with endurance. That's all for Majin Buu Pure Evil, but what do you think? It's a character you'll definitely want for your Majin Buu Saga party. Next, though, is Ultimate Gohan. Let's watch a little bit of gameplay first.
Mola mucho, tío. Se parece al del Dokkan, el que tuvimos en el Dokkan nosotros. En lo de la Golden Wheel, la parte 2.
Time to end it. Not yet. How's this? This is the end for you.
The end for you.
You can't win against me, no matter how many times you try.
Legends Limited Ultimate Gohan is a ranged type character and element purple. Gohan Z Ability 3 buffs Ally Tag Sun Family, Tag Hybrid Saiyan, and episode Majin Buu Saga Z characters. There are lots of powerful characters with the Sun Family and Hybrid Saiyan tags, but the Vegeta and Goku tag character that dropped in May can also buff Majin Buu Saga characters, which could make for a pretty appealing combination. Ultimate Gohan is an all-rounder with a high-powered offense and defense. Starting in the mid-stages of battle, that offense will get even more impressive. First, we should discuss the unique gauge because, actually, Gohan has two types of unique gauges. The first is a time-type gauge, and the second is an attack-type gauge. You will switch between the two throughout battle. At the start, it will be a time-type gauge. As you'd expect, this one will charge over time. This is the same type of unique gauge as the Ultra Rarity Kid Buu. Once the gauge is charged to the max, bringing Gohan onto the battlefield will cause it to change to attack type. After changing to attack type, the gauge will now charge whenever you use strike, blast, or special move arts. To reiterate, in the initial stages of battle, Gohan will have a time type gauge, but by the mid stages, it will switch and Gohan will have an attack type gauge. Alright, but what do these unique gauges do? First, when the time type gauge is filled up, Gohan's unfavorable element factors for damage received will be nullified. Plus, you'll restore allies' health and buff their damage. Then, when the unique gauge switches from time type to attack type, that is, when the time type gauge is full and Gohan enters the battlefield, the enemy's Rising Rush will be sealed, their ki will be reduced, two of their cards will be destroyed,
más o menos como
and
nosotros,
Gohan will get
la
a
pasiva de
permanent
como
boost to
nosotros.
damage inflicted. Seal your opponent's Rising Rush and lower their ki to restrict their movements, then go on the offensive with some serious firepower. Now for that attack type unique gauge. The moment you fill up this gauge, Gohan will recover ki and draw a special move arts. We'll talk about it more later, but Gohan's special move arts is quite powerful, so you'll want to keep filling that unique gauge in order to keep on firing them off. But now, we should move on from the unique gauge. A big strength Gohan offers is defensive abilities. This unit not only has a strike cover chain, but also a cover chain against forward charging special moves and special arts. Lately, there have been a lot of characters with forward charging special move and special arts, but Gohan will allow you to defend against them. Not only that, but Gohan has an endurance effect, meaning this character will recover health when it reaches 0 once.
Que también recupera vida cuando...
If Gohan is on the battlefield when the enemy uses a Rising Rush or Ultimate Arts, their buff effects will be cancelled, so that means Gohan will be able to survive attacks that would normally pierce endurance.
Okay.
Next, let's touch on Gohan's offensive abilities. First, Gohan's special arts will nullify enemy special cover changes upon activation. What's more, if the unique gauge is attack type, Gohan will get
La verdad
a
que sí,
40% boost
que tiene
in
más
damage
de
inflicted,
esto
and the
más
vanishing gauge
pasiva
will
que...
be restored by 100%. You'll definitely want to use this special arts early on in a combo. Next, the special move arts. Upon activation, you'll draw a special arts, and if you have the attack type gauge, it will even pierce endurance effects. Now, let's look at Ultimate Gohan's main ability and Ultimate Arts. The main ability will draw an Ultimate Arts card and even reduce the enemy's Vanishing Gauge to 0. When you activate the Ultimate Arts, your Vanishing Gauge will be restored by 100%. And if your unique gauge is attack type, unfavorable element factors will be nullified.
No sé, yo está leyendo, pero lo veo el personaje está bastante decente, la verdad.
Ability to first reduce your opponent's Vanishing Gauge to 0 before hitting them with a powerful Ultimate Arts while your unfavorable element factors are nullified. That brings us to the end of Ultimate Gohan. How was it? The balanced offensive and defensive abilities are easy to use, so try them out for yourself.
El copyright, el copyright, el copyright. El copyright, me cago en todo. El copyright, espérate que bajo volumen. El copy, me cago en todo con el copy. ¿Qué personaje es? Gohan y Krilin. Goku con Piccolo. Que me suena a mí esta cara. Espera que se viene. A ver, a ver, a ver. ¿Quién es? O sea, el copy lo tiene que bajar la música porque no, pipo pipo. A ver. ¿Quién es? Que me suena esta canción un montón, tío. Me suena un montonazo la canción. De Mayan Power. So Many Lives. Ultime Gohan. El Ultime Gohan. Hostia. O sea, lo sacó el Dokkan. Y ahora la parte 2 se viene, tú, de la... Del Legend, tú. Se está guapo, Está guapo, Está guapetón, sí. Nos copian. A ver. En cierta manera pasa alguna que otra vez con lo del Legend y el Dokkan, ¿no? ¿Qué ha pasado eso? Está bastante guapo. Legend Limited de Ultimate Gohan. A ver, ¿qué voy a presentar? Otro copyright. Vámonos. A ver qué presentan ahora. Tenés. Esto. El Bills. Vale. La canción de Hero, tío. Me cago en la leche todo el rato con el copyright, tú. Por favor, de verdad, dejen de poner canciones con copyright, tío. Que es la canción de Hero. A ver. ¿Ves cómo no era? ¿Ves cómo no era el final? Si quedan. Si siempre lo hacen. El Goku God también, sí. Super Saiyan Goku, sí. De la película con el Bills. Se ve bastante guapo, El Cocoon y el Bills. El Bills secundario como el Buu. O sea, qué guapo, tú. Qué guapo. Cambiar ahora. A ver. Hostia, está bastante guapo, tío, Está bastante guapo. Sinceramente. Está muy chulo. Doble banner aquí, efectivamente. Sí, sabía yo perfectamente que, vamos. Qué guapo. Está muy chulo, sí. Está bastante chulo. Sabía yo que un banner no iba a ser solo. No. Anda que... A ver.
Here they are. Sparking God of Destruction Beerus and Legends Limited Super Saiyan God Goku from the Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods movie are coming to Legends.
Super Saiyan God Goku from the movie in Legend Limited Rarity and in Super Saiyan God form, it really has been a long time coming.
Yup, we've heard Legends fans loud and clear, and we decided to release it for the 6th anniversary. This is also the first appearance of Beerus from the movie. Now, we want to get right into Beerus' abilities, but first we have a trailer.
Sí, bonita la transformación del Goku, es bonita. A ver, el Goku con nosotros lo tenemos ya, que es del día del Saiyan. Y el Bills es el físico, que está con esa.
God of Destruction Beerus is a range type character and element blue. The Z ability 3 buffs ally tag God Key, tag powerful opponent, and episode sagas from the movie's characters. The most succinct way to sum up Beerus' abilities would be an attacker that can dish out crazy high firepower instantaneously. Let's discuss that powerful offense first. Beerus will get huge boosts to damage inflicted when entering the battlefield and from the start of battle, even going up to a total of 220%. No matter the situation, this character will be able to put out some tremendous firepower. Beerus' special arts is also powerful. It's a wide-range special arts, and on hit, you'll get an additional buff to damage inflicted. Your draw speed will increase by 1 level, and your opponent's special cover changes will be nullified. Your draw speed also increases by 1 level at the start of battle. So, if you can land a special art, you'll be able to attack with your draw speed increased by 2. Since you draw a blast arts on activation, you'll still have a chance to put together a combo against powerful characters that have strike arts counters like Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan Youth or Ultra Instinct Sign Goku. Keep comboing after leading with a special arts. Continuing on, this unit's defining characteristic is its high instantaneous firepower. Let me explain. This version of Beerus gets a 15% buff to special move and ultimate arts damage inflicted when entering the battlefield, up to 3 times. Basically, if you deploy Beerus on the field 3 times, that'll get you a 45% boost to special move and ultimate damage inflicted. In addition to that, simply activating a special move or ultimate arts will get you a 40% boost to special move or ultimate damage inflicted, respectively. If you combine these effects, putting Beerus on the field 3 times can get you a whopping 85% buff to both special move and ultimate damage inflicted. This came up earlier, but Beerus already has a tremendously high base bonus to damage inflicted. We think this will let you experience firepower that is truly worthy of a god of destruction. It should be mentioned that while Beerus is an attacker, he also gives units and defensive abilities in certain areas. One time only, when Beerus is hit with an enemy attack, 3 of your opponent's cards will be destroyed, their ki will be reduced, and all enemies will be inflicted with no switching. This ability will be quite effective at putting a stop to your opponent's combo. Note that Beerus will draw a special move arts after performing a cover change, so if you swap to Beerus when your opponent doesn't have their vanishing gauge, you can put a stop to their combo, strike back with a special move arts, and deal massive damage while they are unable to switch out.
Pintan bien los secundarios
this version of Beerus? This character is a high-powered attacker that will be dealing huge damage primarily with special move and ultimate arts, but Beerus will be able to stop enemy combos too. We hope you'll all give it a try. Now, it's time for Super Saiyan God Goku. Check out this gameplay trailer.
Watch out! Too slow!
Se ve muy bien, Javi.
It's over! Let's do it! Inconceivable! Next time, I'll prove I can win.
Se ve muy bien, tío.
Super Saiyan God Goku is a melee type and element green. The Z ability 3 buffs ally tag God Ki, tag Sun Family, and episode Sagas from the Movies characters. There are lots of powerful characters from Sagas from the Movies or with tag Sun Family, and as for tag God Ki characters, you can use this version of
la canción que está sonando está guapa, Espérate.
Or the Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta that dropped in May. Goku is balanced between offense and defense and has 2 defining characteristics. First, let's talk about Goku's base attack and defensive abilities. On offense, Goku will nullify enemy special cover changes upon landing a strike or blast arts hit. Like Beerus, Goku's special arts will be wide range, and on hit, it will also nullify enemy special cover changes. Half-corrupted Fusion Zamasu.
Claro, viene la parte 3, el Ultra, pero vamos, que el Ultra para que te salga de 40.000 con el que hace para arriba, ¿sabes?
Always have the threat of landing a special arts and starting a combo. Goku's special move arts will nullify unfavorable element factors on activation, so you'll be able to deal huge damage to opponents even if you're at an element disadvantage. Let's continue with Goku's defensive abilities. First, Goku has an endurance effect, and upon entering the battlefield, Goku will nullify unfavorable element factors for damage received. You'll be able to take attacks from any enemy, even those you'd normally be weak against. And with Goku's endurance effect, that includes your opponent's strongest moves. Additionally, one time only, Goku will be able to nullify enemy wide-range special arts similar to Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Gogeta, who was released in the first part of the 6th anniversary. Goku is balanced between offense and defense, but we have 2 last characteristics to discuss. The first is the explosive power of Goku's unique gauge. It's a time-type unique gauge, and it will charge while Goku is on the battlefield. If you land a strike or blast arts when the unique gauge is charged to the max, unfavorable element factors will be nullified, and you'll get a 70% buff to damage inflicted. So, if you charge the unique gauge, you can lay into your enemy with high attack power and no unfavorable element factors. Additionally, filling the gauge to max will not only cancel
Como
Goku's
una
attribute downgrades, but it will
Mario?
even nullify them for a number of counts, preventing annoying effects that might raise your arts costs or otherwise interfere with your offense. It should also be noted that this unique gauge is very easy to charge in the early stages of battle. First, when Goku enters the battlefield, the unique gauge's charge rate will get a boost,
no pinta los
making
personajes,
it easy to activate
no sé,
in
no
a
lo veo
short
tan
amount of
malos,
time.
la verdad.
Moving on, the second characteristic is the many ways to recover the vanishing gauge and how that'll give you more options in battle. Goku will recover 10% of the vanishing gauge when using strike and blast arts, and the gauge will recover an additional 10% one time on a strike or blast arts hit. On special arts hit, the vanishing gauge will recover 60%. In other words, even after using the vanishing gauge,
la canción está sonando, me está gustando. No veo malo al Goku, pero claro, teniendo en cuenta lo que llega luego del Ultra en la parte 3.
And that brings us to the end of Super Saiyan God Goku. But what did you all think? This unit is very easy to use and the abilities.
Game for details. And so, that's all regarding the event info for today. But we have one more announcement for everyone.
A ver, otra sorpresa más.
That's right. There are probably a lot of people who've been waiting for this, so please take a look at this video.
¿El qué?
Wild cannon!
You have wasted my time.
Giblet.
That's right. Giblet is coming to Legends as a playable character.
We won't get too specific in case there are those that haven't played through all of the story yet, but this will be this character's first time joining the fight under the name Giblet, right?
Yes. Without further ado, let's get into Giblet's abilities and unique components. Giblet's biggest feature is that, for a set number of timer counts, this character can switch to the Dark element. Until now, this element has only been used for enemy characters in the story and such, meaning that players have generally
claro, esto es la primera que introducen este elemento, ¿no? Porque no estaba, ¿no? Nunca ha estado este elemento en el Legends.
Exceedingly powerful since it has an advantage when attacking against all of the 5 basic elements, which of course are red, yellow, purple, green, and blue. So, try out Giblet's Dark element and use its potential against a wide variety of opponents. You can obtain and limit break this character up to a certain level by acquiring Z powers from missions. You can complete the missions by clearing certain chapters of the story. Another way is by exchanging Z2 medals for Z power, just like with Zaha and the Saiyan in red. Use Z2 medals and aim to limit break all the way to 7+ stars. Giblet is set to debut in July. If you're a little behind on the story, this is a great time to get caught up.
Now for our last announcement today.
Legends playback videos are back for 1 month only.
During this campaign, you can make a video based on your personal play records.
Right. We haven't done this since the Legends Festival.
I tried making one too, and it was a lot of fun to see all of the info that you normally can't see about your personal play history.
It is, isn't it? We've added a few more data points this time, and the videos have now been updated to be 6th anniversary themed. So, whether you made one last year or this is your first time, please give it a try, make your very own personalized video. To go along with that, we'll be holding a campaign where you can get some fantastic rewards. So, if you make a video, please share it on social media. Details will be posted soon on our official social media accounts, so don't forget to check them out.
This personalized video will be available for a little longer this time, so we are hoping to see a lot of them. Which brings us to the end of today's show. Following up on part 1, we had 4 new characters appear, a Zenkai Awakening for an Legend Limited character, as well as Giblet joining the playable roster. The 6th anniversary campaign just keeps getting more exciting.
It sure does. There are other events and things we haven't announced, as well as the login bonuses, the Roulette Style Anniversary Challenge, and plenty more great ongoing events during this incredible campaign. We hope you will all continue to enjoy the 6th anniversary.
Please take a look at our official social media accounts for info that we couldn't share here, as well as info about gift campaigns and more. Please give us a follow if you haven't yet. That's the end of our show. Thank you once again for watching. Part 2 begins tomorrow, and we hope you all have a blast. Goodbye!
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye. Adiós.